curiously, after banning it in their first game against Wolves, they have an all-time 75% win record on this map.
XLG on the defense here. Raga gets flashed onto the corner, but Bang is waiting for him. Coconut chucked a little bit low, but sticks it. Hangs around, and John makes quick work of Midi as well. He looks to try and swing off. Was able to sidestep that relay bolt and aware that Zekin is still on the corner, and eventually there's going to be a multi-swing coming his way. He has to know it. Viva's still not here. Happyway's fighting for himself right now.
Towards the backside as they scale forward. Time dwindling a bit.
At some point, they've got to give this a tap. Here's Zelsus on the swing, but again, the spacing. Zekin finally arrives. Happyway got it to half the slide on it. It's good! Happyway is going to be forced to remain in this position. Paranoia, though, coming through from that Boba direction. There's XLG trying to set something up, but their anchors aren't ready to actually play off of that util. But there's Coconut and Happyway coming alive. And John brought down in seconds. Raga finally joins the party, but his team has paved the way.
Look at that from XLG. Should be pinging out Bang. Paranoia, but just doesn't want to take this fight. Wants to cycle the dark cover first.
The refresh of that one-way is massive. That is going to bleed some more clock, but Raga is already nipping at the heels, starting to make his way up from main. Narrate knows the pressure's coming. Turns to flash, and 3 players from XLG, 4 in fact, set up, and Zekin is here to mow them down. One more for the Blood God, he says. I'll have them all.
Absolutely stunning. The form of Zekin. It was after that aforementioned BLG loss that they go on an 8-match win streak. Beating them again. Viva with the first shot. Zekin in a little bit of trouble, but John's there to support. Cleans up.
Coconut sets up, of course, with a smoke over towards B main. That does leave Zekin as the sole player in the site. Just a little bit of a shoulder peek there. Raga not in a position to follow. Oh, okay. Headlong into that one he goes, but Zekin wants a little more. How does he get away? 10 health in a dream.
Now Zekin extending through elbow. Second Prowler used to clear all of this out, make it safe for him to get right into this site, take the space for the team.
I love that! Happyway reluctantly gave up elbow as the util came in wide, but he never really left.
And that's Raga able to take a clean to
Sheriff. And he's got a sense that Zelsus could be somewhere close by. Perhaps not that close. Cyber Cage there for Zelsus. He might look to play around that neural theft. Also, John holding it down in mid, but time is short. They've got to get John out of this. And he's brought down by Midi. Zelsus would have to try and salvage. He needs to find Raga, but he's run off. There's no chance for Sen in this round.
He's just on the run with the movement. Catching off the spike in mid. John was operating slowly.
Coconut by no means is committed here, but look at XLG fighting for mid. They've got Raga up there in the middle as well. Paranoia, Bango has got around in a bit of a time-in that XLG aren't ready for. 1 by 1, they crumble. Midi's able to get 2 on the round, but Happyway's going to fight for his damn life. And I'm sorry, are we not interested in the extremities of the map anymore?
Up to get into a B split. Again, the tripwire's still here. Going to be very dangerous. Happyway wants to anchor backside.
Raga coming from the top of the map. He has the timing. He can get into mid. But Zekin has already gone to work on the defenders. There's Raga turning up. Found a moment to get top mid. Dealt with Zelsus and then followed through. 4 for a terrifying Russian duelist. Door closed over towards market side. Coconut not spotted on that flank. It's going to be John. He'll have util in his hand. It's an easy kill. Oh, it's the spike as well. Now he can refresh the one way. Paranoia comes in. Sen can't really afford to respect that. They've got to go for it. Zekin doubles back, at least heals.
Can the XLG players aftershock going to force him right into the fault line. Zekin in danger.
It's Bang though that's really under pressure. Cosmetic stun. Apparently the fault line is. And this has bought time. Narrate's now been able to join the rest of Sentinels. Shilai Gaming. I've got Viva here trying to shock dart his way on out. Bang! Caught by that one. A whole 46 points of health stripped off of him, and now it's down to Narrate and Zekin, the latter, who's just too sharp. 3 for the round, and Happyway, as brilliant as he's been, he's going to have to bring a world-beating performance to deal with this. Crosshair positioning broken. 5 health for Happyway. Narrate needs to get in here, and he should be able to finish the job. Sentinels keep it a 5-round lead.
Medic stun, if I've ever seen one. Raga wants to get into backside. He wants to anchor Happyway duo. The 2 stars of XLG, the best aimers here to anchor.
Oh, okay, that's good. Happyway at least able to make the trade. Normally Raga's used to being set up by Happyway, but here they're going to have to go it solo. Zelsus around the cyber cage. Narrate was able to get bought tight and push up the right. And he is a multi-swing in theory coming out from Market, but they don't respect John's position. Even in numbers, Midi though has to step up to the stage. And it's a big ask as Coconut doesn't fall far from the tree. In fact, right on the noggin of John.
Kits to play with in this post plant. Just ready and be main with the stun.
Aftershock already getting drawn out now. Relay Bolt thrown on the side. It's Akiway, the one who set things up. But all of a sudden, Sentinels back in with numbers. Midi trying to hold it down. Has two flashes to work with. And Raga tucked to his left. Surely you can do something with this, but instead, Narrate just ruins him. John taken down through the smoke, but does he know Bang is on the defuse? He found the timing! And Raga's arrived! In a moment.
Cam broken. Happyway working his way into B.
I like that idea. Let himself be pinged, but the timing doesn't quite line up. Celsius realizes, yes, yep, Happyway is here, as always. Able to get the better of him. Winning that individual fight out is huge. And this would be a pretty strong conversion on the buy route for Sentinels getting back into this half. Viva's brought down. 4 rifles carried into round 16. Thrown to at least give Zekin a safe retreat. Narrate here. Might have an opportunity. Raga's pushing in on me. He's so deep, and Narrate's having to deal with him. Thought he was stunned up briefly by the relay bolt. You really declawed XLG with that pick-off on the Neon. Viva very patient on this line, but Zelsis doesn't give him enough leg to make use of. Remember, Narrate is in this A side. He's in the A side, creeping up on the Prancer. What a timing! Sentinels looking dynamic here. The attackers XLG want to disrupt Sentinels as they make this push out of Link. Timing is everything though. Rolling Thunder. God, they're using all of it as well. Nightfall expended now by Sentinels. Narrate not quite ready to get up on this line. Good damage though through the wall, and Zelsis has come to the rescue. Now, the Fate can keep moving. Raga is here in halls alongside Viva. Try and keep eyes on this. But that fast lane makes it tough, and Raga's chunked down to 8. These next couple of shots, critical for the duelist. They do get second. But now it's on Viva. 1v2, Zelsis on the line. Viva down to 20, and that'll do it. They've done enough, Sentinels, to get themselves to map point.
Since the Jaw Cutie and Zelsis iteration of this team began, and they are as good as ever. This would require a monumental comeback, but Zekin is too good right now.
In a market that would at least XLG have been able to set up a staging ground. This will leave Zelsis looking a little bit stranded, but do they check this corner? Absolutely not! A freebie for Zelsis here as Raga deals with it, but it's electrified play from Zekin! And on a fundamental level,
Spotting on seed pressure into tree. Raga and Midi are stuck. This is a bizarre situation. Zelsis doesn't want to give them an inch. He doesn't want to swing.
Gonna wait, and there he goes. Emerges with a right click, and it's another one for the 5 merchant. And the door shuts. Narrate with the swing.
Spike down A.
Zelsis eventually brought down. Narrate also both offenders from the defense side quelled, but the spike's loose. Zekin might have a timing here. Disrespect the poison orb and push through seems to be the plan. I for one am here for it. Step up on the site, Paranoia cut through. Happyway tucked along with Coconut. This paint shell definitely going to rattle the cage a little bit. There it is, Happyway brought down by it, but Coconut and John, the one-way being respected. John swings while Paranoid, and Coconut salvages the round. Fast lane made him feel like he was not well equipped to take that fight head on. Important round to convert on for Sentinels. Great start. Look at that pop out of B, and there's 2 players sat on that line. Coconut and Happyway out of the game.
Maybe the low HP could be enough for XLG to get back into this.
Sees in towards Pit. That is definitely going to catch on the Midi, decaying him down, holding him in place, and so Viva gets overwhelmed. No chance for Midi to try and trade there from lower Pit. Gonna have to be a fast play now here from Sentinels, and when Midi tries to gum up the works, it's Raga dealt with. They want the full retake behind. They're still guarding.
It's going to be ripped right now. Raga's pressed up very far forward, and with these weak weapons, it's just all too easy.
John and Zelsis combined for 4. Finally, Midi will have access to his weapon, but not before Narrate cuts him to the quick.
Forces send back. Spike down.
But they can't stall them, really. They don't have any dark covers. Rolling Thunder, though, comes out. XLG hoping to fight with it, but there wasn't really an opportunity. Zekin gets in there, downed by Midi's Stinger, and Shorty, yep, will get the job done. Smoke there over towards that baby door direction. Viva needs to make a decision here. Can he peek on a timing with Happyway? It's awkward with the Marshall to try and get a retake, and now he's going to be revealed essentially by the Prowler. Happyway taking pot shots, but doesn't quite have the accurate spike location. He's not trained on the mark. And that's a defusing. Viva looking a little.
The Commands XLG getting out fast. Raga using that lane to get forward. Senwon, none of it. They peel back to the site.
Looks like Coconut ulted for some information. Zekin down, that's a duelist out of the way. Happyway leads. It gets aggressive, but bangs up a sprain down through the box. A good TP away, and Narrate picks up the line for him. Again, defensive trading, very, very strong for Sentinels. And they swing around that corner. Bang is handled. Viva, though, low. Sen have given up this A site now.
You know that John retreats temporarily. Zels is silently working downstairs, hoping that... Oh my god, what a double face! That's beautiful from XLG.
And that our drone isn't going in John's direction. He is able to slip past it. Coconut, though, finds it. John knows approximately where the Sova was, but Coconut holds it down. While
Hero rifles and the two best aimers from XLG. Raga wants to push forward. He's hungry for that first kill.
Oh no! Raga wins it out. He's first in the game. Eventually he'll fall, but he feels like he's probably done enough now. Narrate wanted to get ahead of this. In fact, all of Sentinels disrespecting. Here's that flood. Midi on the line, marked down. Of course, decayed quite low by that nightfall. Coconut still gets his. Exactly Viva going to be pinged out to the back of the site now. Nurul left here for the attackers and Happy Ways somehow wended his way behind Sentinels. It's all on John. Plenty to see, a lot of targets to go for, and he knows, of course, those pulsing tethers where he needs to look.
Unfortunate.
Happy Way gives him a tickle. He's got 3 bullets left in the chamber. No time to reload them. An unlikely round win for XLG, but a much. Door toggled. Bang takes an off angle, turns the flash. That's going to be checked for. Relay bomb comes in, but they're not ready for this. Zekin in the corner. Narrate from Upper.
One enemy
Picture perfect hole from Sentinels. Stopping XLG in their tracks.
For XLG will have to come up huge with a flank timing, something.
The paranoia, maybe a seize to let them flood in behind, but they don't have the rim, or rather the breach flashes to work with. So far, so good. Still weaker weaponry for the attackers. Paranoia connects. Narrate deals with Happy Way, and Viva now takes some pot shots in through that smoke. John has to get on the defuse, but Coconut's already found some damage. A better weapon, maybe. It's half. John will be protected by Zekin.
Want to get into this big site right now. Raga going forward with the overdrive. Vulnerable up. Can he even find a target? How deep does he want to push?
John still respects it. They're trying to set up a multi-phase situation. Raga down to 49. He's got himself 2. And that's going to have to be enough. Shows up for Zekin. Fire! Oh, man! And the paint shells! He's doing it all!
Not only does he stop the plant, but that's the Rolling Thunder gone.
Now Coconut trying to figure out if there's a way to make use of this from the shadows. And instead he goes to the Shadow Realm. Zekin and Bang.
Look.
Now sometimes even if you know what's coming, doesn't make it any easier. It's Zekin with 3. And Sen complete yet another 8-4 half.
Nerves away.
We said they had one of their 3 win conditions in that first map and it wasn't enough. This time they got 0. Raga gets off to a start. Let's see if it's going to be a good one. Zelsus has just had his number the entire game, and this round is no exception. Coconut's on a flank here, but they hear the footsteps, the pitter-patter. Bang is ready for it. Viva
last player standing.
And steps up. John is
the good spacing that we saw from them in their run. It just crumbles in that moment. Can Happy Way be a hero? Catches John on the cross. Isolated 1v1, but it's won out by Bang. And it feels like that could win the game as well. Look at the rotation from XLG on the top of the map, taking out that Sentinel. They know the hit is going to be coming into A.
Zekin's got one job and one job only, but Viva had the stopping power of a Mack truck to take the Rays out of the round. Bang, drill with bullets through the boxes. Narrate getting just the kind of engagement this thing a player wants. John's actually got a rifle to play with.
One enemy remaining.
He will be the last one standing.
Spike down A.
Right for Prince. John steps up, knocked it down.
Again, able to find an opener. And it's a pivot back as Zekin is just taking this forward position. Can Happy Way catch him? Yes, he does. Zekin shot in the side.
Sent here making a couple of rough assumptions. And Narrate is getting involved here with the Odin. No one getting pinged out. Is loose.
This is XLG just taking their time, ready to pounce when the spike gets tapped. 15 seconds left.
He's playing close, and Raga. That is a full Ferrari pick there for Nang.
10 seconds
Nicely jump. 7 seconds left. Still needs to be applied at some point. John taken down by Coconut. Off that push from stairs. And it's all on Bang. Bulldog with Midi and Viva standing in his way. Wraps around, but XLG are doubled up there. They're willing to take 1v1, but Bang's not going to give him a bloody choice. 4 kills with a Red Bull clutch. To Upper, what's the timing going to be?
30 seconds
able to
left.
avoid it. Here is that Viper's pit though. All of that retake, you two are going to start to be expended by XLG. They're going to try to find a way into this pit. Coconut's done so. Zekin's down. John is down, and so is the pit. On top of the Razor Vine. XLG have found some step, but Bang and Narrate still stand in their way, and Bang, careful on the corner. Swing on Raga, reads low, the slide is good. And now it's Narrate. He'll be revealed in a moment, but he'll do the same. Throw that seize in. Spray around the corner, Raga to half, and Happy Way keeps XLG's head above the surging tides.
In those prior rounds that they certainly walked away from feeling like they should have even won. Sent all players stacked up amount, probably gets the info.
What? The long range stinger. Coconut, who stood tall in that last retake, has already fallen. Chance for a gun recovery. Bucky Town is exactly where Raga gets dragged. Narrator's low. It is a rifle pick up for second, and John goes to work. XLG. Fever down to 15 is all too much to do for XLG and Sentinels! The Reaper to visit the last door of China. The side quest is done.